Hey guys, Lord here, back again with another review, and today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe Class Airazor. Before we get into it, let us first take a look-see at both the front and the back of the packaging. So without further ado, let's get into it. Now before we get into the meat and taters of this review, Airazor comes with count them, two accessories, and they are these little missile pods that mount onto her arms right there, or her hips right there. I'll be attaching those a little bit later, just to save time, because they are really tight, nice and snug fit, but whew, you gotta work them on. Taking a closer look at Airazor here, this figure makes me very excited to finally get my hands on Airazor when he comes in. More about that when I do get him in. But this mold is absolutely fantastic. I love the way this figure came out. She looks really good in both robot and beast mode. Talking about robot mode first here, of course. She does give me some hot girl vibes with this head sculpt. Very hot girl looking. Hot girl from DC Comics, I'm of course talking about here. But she just looks, she looks so good, man. I can tell it's a female bot. It's undeniable. And I know the wings on the back, you fold them up more like a cape, but I tend to like to flip them out a bit. And make her look even more like Hot Girl by doing that. So she can fly around. But that's just something that's really kind of fun about this figure. You can display it however you want, which at the end of the day is what it's all about, isn't it? My toys, my rules. That said, I do like the cape look too, and it saves space on the shelf, so most likely she'll be displayed that way. But I do like having the wings out too. But as far as articulation on this figure goes, her head is on a ball joint. She can look up pretty good, look down a little bit of tilt, and side to side. Shoulders go forward and back, out, then back down. The shoulder pads are adjustable and move with the arm, which is something I've never really had a problem with Transformers. It's more like a Marvel Legends problem. But with Transformers, they always seem to get that right. No butterfly joint to speak of, which that's fine. She does have a swivel right above the elbow, single jointed elbow, but you get a little bit more than 90 out of it. Her wrists have the appropriate hinge for holding weapons, but she doesn't really come with weapons that are meant to be held. She just comes with the missile pods, which again go on the 3mm peg holes on the lower arms or on the hips here, which, speaking of which, well, actually, she does have a waist swivel, which works pretty well. And much like the Deluxe Class Cheetor, or Shadow Panther, she has a useless crotch plate that hinges upward. Well, actually, I guess you get some use out of that. It gets out of the way for the hips, so that's something, I guess. But the hips, they do kick up, they kick back down, they go out to the side, have the little peg holes again for the missiles. She does have a single joint at the knee, she has a swivel right above the knee, and then she has ball joints at the feet, which give her a little bit of tilt, not a ton, and a little bit of forward and back. These can get kind of loose, so be wary about that. And she does have that extra kind of hinge joint here for the beast mode, so you're going to want to be careful about that. That could get loose over time as well. A little bit of adhesive should stiffen that up a bit, maybe make it a little less loose. It's a little bit tighter over here. This leg overall is a little bit tighter than this one, but that's nothing I can't deal with. It's not overly loose. There's one thing I can't stand, it's overly loose, but I can't say I really have that problem with this figure in particular. Maybe it's just mine, but at any rate, she is super cool, man. I dig this figure. Probably one of the best deluxes in this line. Possibly the best deluxe in this line. That's something, isn't it? I don't count Ravage as a deluxe, because he's a little bit bigger and he was, well, more expensive. And also an exclusive, so he's kind of in a league all of his own. He's more in between a Deluxe and a Voyager, or I guess if you want to call him this, a Deluxe with a bit more bang for your buck. If he was released in the main line, that is. But, that said, Airazor here, I think this is probably one of the best Deluxes in the line, if I'm being quite honest. But, with that being said, we not only have to take a look at her beast mode, but before we do that, let's now take a look at some size comparisons. First up, here is Airazor next to a couple of her fellow Maximals, the Core Class Rat Trap and Deluxe Class Cheetor. Up next, here she is alongside the Voyager Class Optimus Primal and Cybertron. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, and the 11 Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. So with that being said, let us now get Airazor transformed into her beast mode. Taking a closer look at Airazor in her beast mode here, she has these two little missile pods on her hips. Well, what used to be her robot mode hips as far as weapon storage goes. Very, very nice and concealed. I like that. You guys know me. I like efficient weapon storage. And I gotta tell you, this is a really, really nice looking beast mode. Kind of curious if anyone's willing to do this, but I'd like to see a Zor from Masters of the Universe, or Screech, one of the two, a repaint of this figure in those colors. That'd be kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Or if you want to get crazy with it, the Eagle from Judas Priest Screaming for Vengeance. That'd be kind of cool too. But really solid beast mode. Love the way she came out. As far as articulation goes, her head does move up and down a little bit. No opening or closing beak, which kind of sucks, but there's not a lot of room to put that there anyway, so I see why they did that. Or didn't do that, I guess, in this case. Her wings do hinge up and down. She's got rotation here, so you can spread the wings out, so she can be all which is quite nice. And then her legs do have multiple points. You can hinge them here quite easily, and then she does have ball joints in the feet, or the talons, so you can have her kind of just hanging out, looking awesome, because that is what Airazor does. Very, very nice beast mode. Love the detail. From the top, not too shabby. From the bottom, there's a collapsed robot there, but not much you can do about that. Given the fact of what Hasbro had to work with here, I think they did a really good job concealing as much of the robot as they could. So I'll take it. I'll take it. I will accept it. It's very, very nice. And I don't think you can get much better than this. Because if anyone's going to give this line any shade, just remember what we got like 20 years ago in the original Beast Wars line. I guarantee you they weren't as good as this. But at any rate, if you have one, you can always utilize the handy-dandy McFarlane Toys flight stand and put her in some flight poses. I've done that before. Looks really, really cool. But, you know, just an option for those of you who want to kind of spruce up your Beast Wars display and have her taking flight either in this mode or in robot mode. But with that being said, let's now take a look at some size comparisons for beast mode. First up, here's Airazor once again next to the Deluxe Class Cheetor and Core Class Rat Trap. Up next, here she is alongside the Voyager Class Cybertron and Optimus Primal. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus and the 11 Spawn, who as usual towers over everyone. So with that being said, let's get Airazor transformed back into her robot mode and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, Airazor is an excellent addition to the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom line, on top of the fact that she is extremely well done. She is also a pivotal character from the original Beast Wars series and the Netflix series alike. Therefore, for those reasons alone, I do believe that you must add her to your Beast Wars / War for Cybertron lineup because she is just that darn good. And for a figure I was quite skeptical about at first, she came out absolutely freaking fantastic. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one. And if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil. The world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later.